Hey friends, welcome back to Rita Talks. I'm Rita, and on this YouTube channel, I just share some of the thoughts, ideas that I've been having, anything that has been crossing my mind. So, in today's video, I just want to talk about basically like this idea of doing like driving initiatives to like basically try to overcome you know, the gender gap, inequalities, uh, race inequalities, any other inequalities that exist in the world, and basically how as a like as a woman at my job, I try to basically take on some extracurriculars related to basically increasing increasing the number of women in STEM roles, and basically like with the ultimate goal of you know having better performing teams. And not only that, there's also obviously the ethical component to that, which is what's closest to my heart. But I mean, the way that I try to basically approach it in my org is basically to talk about this as uh, like to explain why this is so important for the org and for the company from from a perspective that matters to them, which is having higher performing teams and basically delivering more results. And actually, there are some studies that show, like, there are studies that have proven that more diverse teams, uh, like, lead to better outcomes and better performance, and basically they perform better. So it's really important for uh, the companies to make sure that they have diverse teams, and that you know everyone feels welcome and included at their workplace. So, um, as part of my extracurriculums, this is honestly a cause that's really important to me, because I mean, I'm a woman in STEM, and it's not been easy for me so far, because sometimes it's uh, sometimes like most of the time it's not like discrimination. Like, I don't think discrimination exists anymore in well, at least not in my workplace. But I think it's like the small things that that cannot be measured immediately that make a huge difference, like this feeling of uneasiness in a room full of guys, and basically not feeling like you belong. But I mean, that's not the case currently in my team. My team has a lot of women in it, and I mean, well, I don't really want to talk about my team. Like, the point that I want to make is about this idea that in order for uh, like me as a person to carry weight on these side initiatives and basically bring them light, I need to first of all be stellar and like be irreproachable from my day-to-day duties, and like from my day-to-day job, before I can set out on these initiatives. Because you know like you have less credibility when it's not the case. And I think like, as a woman, like, I care so much about these initiatives that sometimes uh, I try to do too much. And this is definitely a trap that I'm falling for. Like, whenever I'm trying to do too much, I'm not focusing. Like, sometimes it distracts me from my work, and this has not helped me in the least, because basically now in my org or in my team, I'm seen as the events girl, so the person who's always trying to push things. And basically, it's not that good of a reputation because, like, to my teammates, I might seem unreliable, but in the org, I'm bringing more joy to, like, trying to basically make their day-to-day, like, everyone in my org's job better. But when it comes to delivering on my commitments as an SDE, it has not been the best. And I'm honestly trying to make, like, to overcome that, because this is definitely a trap that I've fallen for, and it's not easy for me to admit, but this is the truth. And basically, I've come to realize that if I want to have a bigger impact and basically be able to have the credibility to drive these initiatives forward, and to be listened to and have a real impact on, you know, on these issues, I think it's really important for me to just establish myself as an expert in my field, and see that as a priority. And then, it takes extra work to also do these extra initiatives to make sure that more women come in through the door, and basically just to try to have better systems in place for for us to have basically like a more equitable, well, not equitable, a more diverse workplace in a way, and more diverse and inclusive workplace. And actually, I've come to I've come to this realization over the past couple of months, where I've been struggling a lot with my job, and like trying to do a lot of things, basically trying to do a career transition while also trying to drive forward some initiatives that I deem important and that are not necessarily impacting my day-to-day job per se, but impact the long-term vision on these matters. And basically today I was just listening to listening slash reading to like I was listening to slash reading Michelle Obama's book The Light We Carry. And honestly, this book is absolutely, absolutely amazing. I 100% recommend you go listen to it or read it, because, and listening to it is great because she narrates it herself. And basically, like the last two chapters, I just kept on highlighting almost every two lines. It's so good. The content is so good. And one line that stuck out to me when she was talking about, like as a woman or someone or an only, basically, so someone who's not the who's not part of the status quo of a place trying to open doors for people who are underrepresented communities in the workplace, basically. So for someone to be able to do that, they need to uh, first make sure that, like, yeah, let me read the quote. I'm quoting it terribly. So here is the quote, and it was absolutely like it resonated with me so much. Success involves making many difficult choices and drawing the lines that go with them. Trusting that your progress will pay dividends over time only if you keep yourself on track. You just need to keep telling yourself, not long. And basically, like, this is because there is like a double burden for someone who's underrepresented. I think here she was talking about both race and basically being a woman. Uh, I mean, I don't have to deal with the issue of race that she had to deal with, and a lot of other Black women have to deal with every day. And to be honest, you know, I honestly can't speak for their experience, but as a woman, I can definitely identify, like, I can definitely like understand this struggle of trying to so basically trying to make it into that world, and once you're there you still have to do a lot of work. So like uh, you have to keep on proving that you're worthy of being there, uh, and then on top of that you want to make sure that the systems, like you want to be able to change those systems so that they're more open and more equitable to people who had the similar circumstances to yours, basically like just make it easier for them to get in, because basically like there's so much inequity and like injustice in the systems as they are right now, because they were built for uh, male white males basically, and yeah, basically trying to build systems in place so that we make sure that uh, I don't know. This is kind of a hard topic to talk about, and my brain is like kind of freezing because I'm about to go to sleep. So yeah, I might say something wrong here, but I'm just trying to express my ideas in a way that's coherent. But anyway, before, so this is the lesson that I've learned, is that before uh, I try to change things and basically have an impact with my outside initiatives, I need to make sure that I'm excelling at my job as a first requirement, and then do the extra stuff. Because when I'm not doing that, when I'm not basically doing like being at my best at my job, basically there will be a negative uh, connotation like associated with, or basically a negative association between doing these extra initiatives and uh, basically uh, and like basically there will be an association. Oh, you're a woman and you can't do your job uh, well enough, and that kind of stuff. So actually, in like when I try to do too much, it undermines my efforts, and that's a lesson that I'm learning the hard way, because it's true, like I've been trying to do too much. I've been trying to get involved in too many things, and uh, I guess that's not the right way to go about it, at least for now, because we still have to, uh, you know, like whether we want it or not, we still need to prove ourselves even more, uh, and there's no getting around that. So I need to be irreproachable from that aspect and then try to build on top of that. And I guess that's one of the reasons that like that not that many people or like women get involved in these initiatives, or like uh, because they're just trying to do their best to the best of like their work to the best of their ability, and basically it takes extra work to try to systemize things so that you're not the only one. That makes it to where you made it, and basically make it easier for people for which the systems were not built around. I don't know if that makes sense. Honestly, I'm a bit rambling right now, but I'm just trying to get my head around this idea. It's like a complex topic, and it's not an easy topic to discuss or explain. So yeah, please be I don't know, lenient on me, because I'm just trying to wrap my head around these ideas, and uh, basically make sure that uh, I understand them correctly and I'm trying to get them across to you all. So yeah, for now, I think like this is honestly something that I've been trying to do. Like I'm gonna be focusing on these things, even though I will feel bad about not doing any extra initiatives for now. Uh, for now, I would. I mean, after next week, because next week there is gonna be an event with our women's affinity group. So after that event, uh, I I commit to like basically giving any support that I can, but not being fully involved in these things and like trying to focus on my job and like trying to take one thing at a time. So tackle my career transition. Then once I'm there, I will have a load off. So basically, the SDE work will be gone, and I wouldn't have to worry about that, and I can just worry like just do two things at a time instead of trying to do 100 things at a time. And each thing, I guess, it's about trying to find balance and have like not being afraid to forget that like I guess the reason that I'm trying to do all of these things all at once is that I'm always in this fear of if I don't do it now, I will forget and then I will become complacent and I will never do this. And this is super important to me, so I really want to do it. So I end up taking on so much stuff. And I guess I just need to find a way to keep track of these things that I really want to do, but I don't have the bandwidth to do. And that way I can have peace of mind that I will get back to these things and that they are important and that I won't be complacent and that basically I will be able to uh, like dedicate my time to these things when the time comes. And for now, just focus on the basics, focus on the essentials, focus on doing my best, my job to the best of my ability. Anyway, uh, thanks for sticking with me. If you stayed up until this point uh, and listening to my rambly thoughts that are not fully formed. But yeah, this is once again my journal, so my video journal. So uh, yeah, please be lenient on whatever uh, criticism. I mean, anyway, probably no one's watching this at this point, so doesn't really matter. I'm just talking to myself and trying to figure out uh, like some good reasoning around this and like ways to talk about this. So yeah, just gonna put this out there and not censor myself. Thanks a lot for tuning in. You can click here to watch my previous video on this channel, and you can click here to watch my latest video on this channel. Thanks again for sticking with me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye!